Guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm coming at you for another video, and this is for albums I wished were on my top 20 best albums of 2018. So I'm gonna go through each album that I've pretty much heard this year and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's get started. The first one I would say is Hollywood Undead Psalms EP review. The EP review I did on Friday. This was, Bloody Nose was not really their best song on to start the record, but the other 4 tracks did pretty good. And I put that as my number 1 as the first one I'm listing on albums I wished was on my top 20 of the best albums, but it didn't get a spot in that. So unfortunately, it's going to be on my wish albums that I'm doing this video for. The second one is Ray Shremmerd, Shrem Life 3. This one was a decent record, and I wish it was on my decent to good albums of 2018 that I'm doing a video on the 17th. It was going to be the 16th I was going to do it on, but I'm going to wait till the 17th, so it'll be November 17th is when I'll be doing the decent to good albums of 2018 for the top 20. But aside from that, Shrem Life 3 was a good album, and it definitely deserves praise on my wish albums that I wish it was on. It made a spot in my wish albums mostly of 2018. Number 3 is Pusha T, Daytona. This one was another good album. It was only like 7 tracks long. The only track I hated was the one with Kanye West on it. That was the only one I despised. But the other 6 songs on it was good, and it deserves a spot on my wish albums of 2018 for this video. Number 4, Owl City Cinematic. Sure, this album had its slip-ups with songs like All My Friends, House Wren, Not All Heroes Wear Capes, Madeline Island, which after hearing it a gazillion more times, pretty much a bunch more times now, it's not really a bad album. I look at it as a uplifting, positive kind of album. And yeah, this album deserves praise to actually be recommended as one of the wish albums of 2018 of mine. So it gets a spot in this. Number 5, Chevelle, 12 Bloody Spies. This one was a really good record. It was some of their older tracks in it, and it was actually not too bad. I'm sorry if I'm not saying much in this video. I'm just trying to go through each album and let you know what I think of it and why it deserves a spot in my wish albums of 2018. But Chevelle's 12 Bloody Spies didn't make it onto my best albums because I've already set up everything on the best albums of 2018. And unfortunately, that video is not coming out till December. So, aside from that, 12 Bloody Spies gets a thumbs up because it was a great album. Number 6, Greta Van Fleet, Anthem of the Peaceful Army. This one didn't make it into my best albums because it it just didn't have a spot to fill where it was supposed to be or whatever. So unfortunately, it's gonna be on my albums I wished was on my best albums, but after hearing it a few more times, it's a good album. It just takes time to sink in. Sure, Josh's vocals in it was pretty high, and the ranges he went on this album was actually really good. And I did enjoy Anthem of the Peaceful Army, and it's at my number 6 on albums I wished was on my best albums of 2018. But still, they did a good job for this debut album they released this year. Number 7, I believe, is Troye Sivan, Bloom. This one was not a bad album. It was one of those decent albums this year. Kind of the falling in love kind of album to listen to, but it gets at my number 7. Moving on from that, number 8, Black Eyed Peas, Masters of the Sun, Volume 1. This one, after hearing it, it's a really good record. And I like Dopeness on the album. I like Constant, Vibrations, Big Love, Ring the Alarm. Yes or No is very repetitive, but it still got an 8 out of 10. And it did a good job to be entertaining to me. So, yeah, it's at my number 8. Number 9, Fight the Fury, Still Breathing. This wasn't all bad, but it made a spot into my Wish albums. And I thought a few of the songs were decent and average, like My Demons, Still Burning, Lose Hold of It All. I like the chorus of Lose Hold of It All, where he goes, far away from the place where before I lose hold of it all. That part was my favorite part of the song. And Dominate Me was just they tried to go with like a Slipknot vibe with their EP, and it didn't do so well. So 7 out of 10. It still made it into the albums I wished was on my decent album of 2018. Moving on from that, the final one is Ella Mai, self-titled album. This was a really good album. It just takes time to grow on you, but a lot of R&B feels. I got a lot of weird sexual vibes listening to it, and I'm like, ugh. Lots of cringe moments listening to this record, but overall it did really good, and it made a spot in my albums I wished was on my best albums of 2018. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching each album I was presenting to you. So comment below, let me know what you think about this and what your favorite albums were of 2018, or your albums that you wished was on your spot for 2018. I will be hitting you up again for another video, maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.